Golden Gambit is in the building. How you doing today, bro?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about you?
I need to talk to you about Michael Jackson, man.
Oh, yeah,
Hold on. You're the first person on this show to meet Michael Jackson.
Man, crazy story, crazy story. So, years ago, Michael Jackson had came in town to the Children's Hospital, Henry Ford. And I guess it was like a fundraiser where he was like giving out toys to children, you know, who had illnesses and conditions. And my cousin had like a heart situation going on, and my mom had found a way to get some red carpet tickets. Wow. So she got us like to the front, like of the line too, man. It was crazy. And he came over, he hugged her, he shook my hand. Like,
wow.
Yeah, man. As a kid, I loved Michael Jackson, man. Like, loved his music.
What's the handshake feel like, shaking Michael Jackson's hand?
Oh, man. Godlike. And he had the glove on, too.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a memory that I'll never forget.
Man, that's incredible.
Yeah.
For me, I can't even imagine. That's like literally the most substantial figure in pop history, right?
Yeah. Like, I almost fainted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, literally just, like, beyond starstruck, man. It was, like...
That's insane.
It was crazy.
Now you have a different style, man. You know, hip hop right now in Detroit, the rap scene's kind of different right now. You know, it's more, you know, the trap rap scene's kind of heavy right now. You know, a little bit more of the violent drill rap and everything like that's kind of what's being promoted mostly. Now you're a little bit different now. You got that punk kind of style to it. And talk about that and how that began for you.
So, like, weirdly enough, man, I grew up loving all types of music, but rock was always like at the top, like, of my list. Like, the very first genre of music that I was introduced to was like hard rock, like Drowning Pool, Marilyn Manson.
Whew.
And after them I listened to Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, man, but I listened to everything, and like I just form it, you know, into my own style, and it was always on my bucket list to like be a rock star, you know. So early this year, I just start, you know, experimenting with different guitars and different punk rock sounds, you know, and creating my own thing.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. Now, I'm in a band myself, man. We've been trying to break out here in Detroit, and it's a little bit difficult. There's not really that indie scene. I mean, there is an indie scene, but it's not as prominent like in other states. So how do you find success in the demographic around here?
It is tough to find that. So me personally, like, I've been noticing a lot of bars like in the Hamtramck area support local bands. You got like Stash International, Trixie's.
Yeah, Old Miami's pretty popping too.
Yeah. Old Miami, Tangent Gallery. Yep. So really just, you know, networking at different events, different parties. Ralph Smith puts together a lot of like indie rock shows. Yeah, Smash Rock Entertainment puts together some pretty good shows too.
Yeah. So, talk about the beginning of your artistry, man. What was the beginning of your career like?
The very beginning, man, was like before the MySpace days. Like when I first started making music, it was primarily hip hop. Even then, my hip hop style was different. You know, like a lot of my inspirations were like, you know, older artists from the 90s, like, you know, Redman, who else? Razzcazz, you know, Special Ed, like, you know, the old school artists. So I would always focus on like that lyrical style, like, you know, creating music where I'm not mentioning, you know, how much money I got or, you know, what kind of car I'm driving. You know, I would try to tell stories, you know, always try to find just different topics, you know, and my first like go-to as far as like just making music would always be the beat. Like, for me, if I hear a, you know, nice catchy beat, then that's how I start.
All right on, man. Now, did you grow up in Detroit?
No. So I grew up half my life in Rochester and the other half in Warren.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Where do you think you got the musical inspirations from? Like, what got you into music?
It's tough. Probably movies and TV shows and anime. Like,
Ha!
yeah, just hearing like the theme songs and the soundtracks, like would just be catchy to me, you know. And like music for me was like always an escape, you know, like having music to escape reality, you know, and like hearing a certain type of song can, you know, make you feel happy, make you feel sad, you know. So just listening to everything, man. Like, it's even been times where I spent the whole week just listening to Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
Like, you know, just, yeah, like I love music.
What's been the biggest milestone for you in your career so far?
The biggest milestone, for me, I would say just self-reflecting on my own personal like evolution, like looking back at music from, you know, 2007 that I made until now, like
Yeah.
just seeing how it's so different, you know, just experiencing that growth for me is like a huge like revelation in my life.
Yeah, was there a specific moment where you started feeling reciprocation at a higher level than you ever expected? Or did you not get? Did you feel like? Do you feel like you didn't attain the reciprocation you feel like you always wanted?
I feel like the way that it's being reciprocated now is probably like at the peak. Like I've already done about 3 shows in the last like month, and
Wow.
like yeah, like it's a huge step for me.
Where'd you perform at? Where was the shows at?
So I did 2 shows at the Stash International in Eastern Market. Then I did one at the Sanctuary.
Oh, I love the Sanctuary. We performed there before too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
super dope place, man. I
Yeah.
love the atmosphere, the changing lights and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got shows coming up at Token Lounge at Diesel. So yeah, like I feel like currently like just being in this, you know, phase where I'm performing regularly and, you know, meeting new artists, networking, like it's a huge step for me.
That's very awesome, man. You're probably the first. Would you consider yourself a punk rock artist, or yeah, in that genre fully? Like, you're not gonna put hip hop in the. Would you put hip hop in the category at all, like as a subgenre to it, or subcategory?
No, I don't think I would.
You wouldn't?
I don't
Okay.
think I would. Yeah.
I've listened to some of your music, and there was just a few hints of stuff where I was like, "Damn, I'm really bopping my head to it." You know,
I
it's similar
appreciate
to it. But also at the same time, I love that like emotion behind your music. How does it all? Where does this all come from? Where does the emotion come from in your music?
All types of emotions, man. Anger, sadness, you know, happiness. Lately, all of the newer music is coming from a place of peace. You know, like although it sounds rageful and angry, it's like for me when I write it and make it, it feels like it's coming from a place where I know who I am. You know, I know what I like. You know, I know what I don't like, and I just put it on paper. You know, and I just release it. You know, and it can be explosive.
Oh man, I feel that for sure, and I like that you say it sound. You know, it's coming from a place of peace, but it doesn't sound like that.
Mhm.
Maybe you really have to tune in to kind of figure out what's going on exactly.
Yeah.
Your last 2 EPs that you dropped, man. Talk about the processes of creating those.
So for the first one, 667 was originally just supposed to be like an experiment. It was originally going to be just one song, you know, like I want to make a rock song, you know, and I want to make something cool. So I made the first one, and I'm like, okay, I like this, you know. So I'm like, let me dive deeper. Let me dive deeper into my thoughts, you know, into my emotions, into my life experiences, and try to put them in music, you know. So it was really just experimenting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the title 667 comes from. So you know how it's so common now, you know, everybody throws up 666. You know, it's evil, it's the mark of the beast, and all that.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, I'm like, well, my favorite number, you know, and my lucky number has always been 7. So I'm like, I'm gonna name the project, you know, 667. And I recently did some studying on it, and it's a lot of different angel meanings behind it. You know, like some people believe that 667 is like the meaning is like reaching that place of harmony, like that perfect, place of peace, and just accomplishing, like perfect balance in life.
Yeah. That's
So,
a beautiful way of looking at it, man, because you're basically just taking out that one number, but that can change everything, right?
Yeah.
Because people look at 666 like it's the devil's marking. A lot of artists are using that to their advantage too. Like, if I don't know, I feel like sometimes when somebody's career is not going the right way in a rapper, they turn towards like promoting the devil and stuff like that.
That's true.
And then they start, messing with elevator numbers, hitting 666 for their album cover and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I like how you added that little twist to it. And I like that you're paying attention to the little details and changing things up like that, because I feel like that's a lost art in music. Now, talk about the reciprocation of your last 2 EPs. How do you feel like the audience responded to that?
When the first 2 EPs came out, a lot of people in my circle who don't listen to rock have reached out like, man, it's crazy because I don't listen to rock, but I like this. It's so easy to, dance to and sing to.
Yeah.
And then of course, I had a few people call like, are you okay? I just want to check, see like, is everything going good? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in life. Yeah, man. So.
Talk a little bit about this tough man ego, this kind of tough ego that everybody kind of has to portray, not just in Detroit, obviously, but all around the music career. People have to put on this image as if nothing's wrong, but then you'll see a lot of mental health crisis among the hip-hop community and the entertainment community and the rock community and entertainment just in general.
I think putting on that tough guy image is so common because a lot of people are scared, to show their emotions, because it's easy to become a meme, or to get laughed at, you look at, like a Will Smith situation, and like mental health is just, serious. Like a lot of people hide what they're really going through, for so long until it's too late, and they end up exploding, or having a breakdown. Yeah, so I think that's why it's.
We'll kind of
common.
expand on that a little bit too, like even not being able to show your emotions and stuff, fearing what your friends or family or anybody might criticize you for it.
I think some of it can be just being insecure, like in my opinion, the average person might show 40% of their true selves, because it's hard to trust people nowadays. Like you tell someone how you really feel about something, and they laugh at you, or they, crack jokes on you, So I think insecurity is a huge part.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because you'll even see substantial, just like you said, even the Will Smith situation. You'll see people on the top of the world, top league celebrities, going through the same stuff that normal people go through, and this mental health stuff is real. Look at, I'm not going to name names, but I mean Kanye West clearly went through a mental health crisis at one point, and he's at the top. He's a billionaire, and he's in the entertainment industry. So people down, trying to reach that level and stuff need to realize maybe it's normal. It's okay to express yourself, and if you suppress it, what do you think happens when the suppression happens?
Yeah, that's true. Like it's so many people trying to fit in. Like let me be this, tough killer, or this guy who's not scared of anything. Like I'm bulletproof, and I'm, I feel like it should be okay, to be yourself. Show emotion. Like if you're scared of something, say you're scared.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's your main, what is your main message that you're trying to get across to people that beyond the music, like obviously incorporated with it, but beyond music?
I feel like everything that I'm about is just being yourself, being free, sharing your true self, I try to be a voice for the people who feel like they don't have a voice. Like we talked about earlier, you got all these people, who are battling, mental health, depression, substance abuse, and they feel alone, and I feel like with music, music is one of the best ways to escape that, escape that feeling of darkness, escape that feeling of loneliness, So my message and my image is for people to, feel like they can be themselves.
Does your music, when you're performing live, is there more people incorporated than just yourself?
Oh no. So all my shows are all like my personal music.
Yeah.
No, but it's all me.
It's all you completely. So did you ever think about the angle of adding like, a band to it or anything like that?
It did cross my mind like a few times. The only reason why I probably wouldn't though is because I feel like it's like being in a group and everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to be like on the same schedule. And like there's nothing wrong with it, but I just know a lot of bands who have, situations where they're like, oh, I can't make this show because the drummer's not there. I can't make this show because the lead singer's not there.
Right on.
So, I feel like with me, if, it's all on me. Anything I can't do, I can blame myself and, fix.
Now, a lot of people, when they, mainly people who pay attention to Detroit hip hop watch this podcast. Obviously, the clip comes up and it's you as first, and they're going to be a little bit confused because you're probably the most non-looking person that's, not rapper-looking person that's been on the podcast. How do you feel like you would respond? I dig the look, obviously, but you're going to see people talking about, why does he have lipstick on? Why does he have the marks on? And kind of like, how would you respond to that?
I will respond to it like, it's my image, and I have tough skin, and part of me starting this new punk rock journey has always just been about finding the image, finding myself, and when I first started, this is the image that I had, and I feel comfortable with it, so.
No, it's a great thing. It's a great way to put it, man. I got to deal with some shit. The Indian style sitting form, I had to deal with that for a while. So I get it, man, and I respect the hell out of that. When I first started playing drums, my favorite drummer is Carter Buford from the Dave Matthews Band, and he wore a glove when he would drum. So I started wearing a glove too. And people were like, what are you trying to be, Michael Jackson? And I was like, no, man, I'm fucking admiring my favorite drummer. So, everybody has their own thing, whatever makes them feel comfortable or however they want to express themselves in the entertainment industry. You can only respect it, really. And then you see like rappers like changing the color of their hair and doing crazy things, but it's like you don't say nothing to a rapper that changes their hair color, but you'll judge somebody for wearing like lipstick or whatever. Like it makes no sense.
That's true.
It's a weird judgmental time for artists and their image, and that's why everybody's so worried about how they portray themselves.
That's true.
Now with this scene that you were dealing with, the punk rock scene, what's it like out here? Do you guys feel like you guys are getting the spotlight at all? Do you feel like it's a struggle out there to become successful? Do you guys care about success as far as reaching it to a mainstream level? Like what's like the marker for you? Like how much success do you care for?
In my opinion, a lot of punk artists don't really care to go mainstream, but they would like more recognition, and it is pretty hard to get, especially being in Detroit, but we do have like a few scenes with people who really vibe to it, like it's punk rock indie shows going on all week, 3-4 times a week, all year long.
Facts.
Me personally, as far as mainstream success, it would be cool to spread my message and, spread my music to the world, but at the same time, keeping my core values, which is, not really caring about, making all this money, and doing all these things. It's more so about, just helping people,
Yes.
helping the little men, the low lives, the people at the bottom, who don't really get hurt.
What's a song that you would really recommend to people? Even for myself, like I'll type it in and look it up and save it for tonight. But what's a song you would really want people to like look up right now and check out from your catalog?
Probably my song "Trash" off of the 667 Misfit edition.
I'm gonna write that down.
Cool, appreciate it. Yeah, and I feel like that was like my first like rageful song, but where I really expressed how I feel about, you know, how the world is so fixated on, you know, money, cars, jewelry, you know, and even being loved, you know. So in the song, I call those things trash, you know, money, cars, love, you know, jewels, you know, trash, because at the end of the day, when we die, we can't, you know, take those things, you know, wherever we go.
Yeah.
Know.
No, it's beautifully said, man. If you look at the scene right now, a lot of people are talking about Motown and how, you know, Detroit is Motown, right?
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be so many different sounds coming out of it. Punk rock is supposed to be one of those sounds, and so many other sounds. It's interesting hearing you say that you don't care about the mainstream that much. Like, you're okay with it just being the people that fucks with you, even if it's like, what, 1,000 people, right?
Right.
When you are going to your shows, how many people are usually coming out? How many people are usually going nuts out there?
So the last three, like between like 60,
cool.
70.
That's solid.
Yeah,
man. Oh, do you guys, does punk rock still, do you guys have the mosh pit thing going on, or what do you guys got going?
Yeah.
What's the craziest shit you've ever seen at your shows, man?
So at the last show at the Sanctuary, I saw some pretty like wild like dance styles, man, where like people are dancing and like throwing punches and you know, almost crashing into you. You know, it can get pretty super tight, you know, but it's cool, you know, because people they're just having fun.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the people doing that was probably the highlight of their week, you know. So
Yeah.
So it can definitely be pretty wild. You know?
What is the purpose of the mosh pits, man?
I think with mosh pits, you just really get that connecting feeling, like, you know, touching people, you know, being, you know, like, to me, it feels like being in the battlefield, man. Like last mosh pit that I was in, like it was crazy. Like, it was people getting elbowed, you know, busted lips, you know. But it's crazy because these people are happy, you know. It's people drenched in sweat, like shirts soaked, like they just came out the ocean, you know. So, in my opinion, the mosh pit is just about unity, you know, connecting.
What's up with people like doing kick flips and kicking people's faces and all that stuff? And it's like normal, like you're trying to hit somebody. If they get in your way, they get hit.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, I think the other element is the music from mosh pits affects everybody differently. Like, one person, it may just make them feel like, I just want to swing. You know, someone else, I'm ready to fight. You know, I feel like that the rage from rock just affects each person differently. So, you know, it's like a small jar full of all these emotions just getting shook up. Like, you know,
I love that. You know, like, you know, people are gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, I get it now. I get it. I understand what this is all about, man."
It's insane. Like, I went to a Travis Scott mosh pit, man, and this was like when he wasn't even like as big as he is now. Like, it was his first album. Man, people were getting knocked over. It was crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
I want to be in one day to see what happens.
Oh man, yeah, you got to.
Now, you know, it sounds like relatively you're in a place where you're comfortable with your music and comfortable with the outcome, with the response and everything like that. You know, obviously your goals, like you said earlier, it's not too crazy about mainstream or anything like that. What do you want the overall vision? I know mental health is an important thing for you, and giving that awareness to it. But as far as your music is concerned, what do you hope the overall message can deliver?
I hope the overall message can deliver that everybody's voice can be heard, that everybody matters, you know, that even if people judge you, you know, or try to characterize you, that you don't have to be that, you know. Just because someone calls you weak, that doesn't mean that you're weak, you know. Yeah. I just want the message to be that it's okay to be you, you know. You know, like another important message is that winning is not to me like the end all. You know, it's okay to lose sometimes. It's okay to be a loser. You know, who wants to win all the time? You know, to me that's boring to me.
Yeah.
You know, so just helping people, It's
beautifully put, bro. I appreciate you being on this, man. This has been an awesome talk, and it's so awesome to have somebody that's from a different genre of music come on this show and kind of express something. And it really makes me just want to pull up to one of your shows, man, and just
I appreciate it, man.
Check out the scene and what's going on, man. Because me and you are kind of fighting the same battle to some degree. I'm in an indie rock band, and it's very hard, man. It's like there's some places, yeah, for sure, but even those places, you wish like, I don't know, man. You just wish there was more people here that fucked with the style a little bit more that's outside of hip hop, but we're building it. Individually, our different types of styles, we're growing slowly in Michigan here. Appreciate you again. Is there anything you want to promote before we head out?
Appreciate you too, man. So my two new EPs, 667 and the 667 Misfit Edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you again for being a part of this, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Tell everybody how they can find you on social media also one more time.
Oh, yeah. So all the socials are GoldynGambit, GoldynGambit. All the music's on SoundCloud. It's on Spotify, iTunes.
For sure.
Yes,
wow.
sir.
Thank you again, man. High Low Visuals is shooting this production for us. We're at Parallel Sound Studio. We're out. Peace.